all about the apple. Hey guys, Chef Shawn Hall here with Grace to Graze. We're so excited to offer this educational segment today all about the apple, and it's not what you think. We're so excited to be able to really kind of enlighten you on some technique about the apple, and then we're going to show you a little bit about saucing, bacon, and pickling. I know, you're going to go, oh, I know. Oh, no, you don't, right? So listen, don't forget that Grace to Grace is here to serve and educate the under-resourced in food securities, to omit waste, and to create healthy communities. So if that's you and you need help, you know where to find us, gracetograze.com or gracetograze@gmail.com. Any way we can help, we surely would like to do that. We also would like to recognize that today is a sponsored educational video, and we have Healthy Promo Queen. Doesn't that sound exciting? So Tracy McClure is amazing. She's a local gal, so local. So Byron, Linden, Fenton. So if you guys are from there, shout out. So you keep it local. From our listeners from all over, she still is your gal. So what I want to real quickly point out is check this mug out. Metal. Look at it. She had our names put on these for us. Super cool. We have an awesome cooler here. Look at that. Way cool. And check this spatula out. All the little weights and measures that you could dream of. And it is got her logo. So in saying that, you guys, this is awesome to be able to have somebody local who can produce amazing, high quality, great pricing, turn around super quick. So if you have if you're a business owner, if you're a real estate agent and you need stuff with your name on it, if you anybody, even if you're a retail store and you need some things, so Tracy McClure with Healthy Promo Queen, she can help you with everything you need. So you can find her on Facebook under Healthy Promo Queen. Also, we want you to take a look at other things that she's doing. So take a look at this. We'll have all the links for her. And when we come back, we're going to get started with the apple. See you in a second. Okay, are you ready for a little technique with your apples? Number one, we have applesauce. We are not making applesauce today. But if you have your favorite applesauce, if you make applesauce, we've got some fun things. So we're calling this sauced. So we have a little mini segment to share with you about applesauce and what to do with applesauce. Next, baked. Like, so baking an apple, right? Or baking something with an apple, huh? First of all, I just want to show you to get ready to do a baked apple and how we do it. So we never peel them, we wash them. This happens to be a Honeycrisp, beautiful baked. So what I love to do is we want a flat surface, so all we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut the top and the bottom, which both become bottoms, okay? So there we go, just wanna make sure, all right? So now, wait for it, now I'm gonna cut it in half. Try to get as even as you can. How pretty is that, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of core out that center, right? So here's the thing, is you could use the apple core, right, and go straight down, but there's this tiny little hole. So that's why we're not showing you how to do that. We're gonna do something a little bit different. So I have everybody has these, you can get them at the dollar store. And so right now, you guys, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take on an angle and just pull out the core. See that? Look it, so really no waste, but I do wanna make it just a little bit bigger. All right, super easy. Next one. So these are actually going to be turned into baked apples. And we love cutting our apples this way because it's prettier. You get more bang for your buck, if you will. And like, who doesn't love the Honeycrisp apple? All right, so we're just gonna take that a little bit out. And so here's the thing, is see how it doesn't go all the way through? So that's super important because you don't want all the goodness leaking out when we show you what goes in here, all right? So that is the start of your baked apple. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so let's move along. So we talked about sauce. We're gonna show you to use your favorite applesauce. If you don't can applesauce, you guys, use your favorite store brand. It's okay. We prefer unsweetened. We think it's healthier for you. You can always add your own amount of sugar versus what is on the shelf. So always remember that, but just read your labels, all right? Secondly, so now I've already peeled this one, but I wanna show you how to core an apple, all right? So you're gonna use these for whatever, whether it's your apple pie or crisp or what we're gonna be doing with them today. So first we wanna core the apple, and this is how we suggest coring it. So when I hold this and I have my knife and my knuckle, see how I have my knife and knuckle and I kinda hold my knuckle up? Look at, there's no core there. So then I do it again, all right? No core. Get that out there. No core, and no core. There is the core, all right? So here we have, I just have a little end there. I'm gonna just get rid of that. So all I have to do now, you guys, is slice this, all right? So slicing. So we've cored our apple, super simple. You can do slow motion. I don't have to now try to get the core out of my apple, all right? It's already done, so I can just keep right on going. So now, if you wanna slice your apples, right? So all you're gonna do now, it gets a little sticky, right? You don't want it, you wanna keep them all in order, all right? This is so easy. All right, so here is our slicing. Now what I like to do, I always take my ends out of the way. I usually divide it in two. So you have this half moon shape, right? Keep them together. What I like to do is I like to cut that in half, all right? Turn the other one flat. Cut it in half like that. Put them together, all right? And now you have a nice little dice. Now look at that. Isn't that perfect? No muss, no fuss. Now here's the cool part, is we don't want these to brown, and so we're gonna put them in acidulated water. You're gonna say, what? So look at that dropping in there. So acidulated water, you guys, anytime you're putting apples in a salad or you're getting ready to maybe bake your apples, equal parts of lemon juice and water. You can keep that kind of thing in the fridge. Coming from the culinary industry of 30 years, we would have to make mass amounts of sliced apples or mass amounts of, for apple sauce or apple pie or crumble, and so you had to make sure they didn't brown. And so this is a great way, a great little tip for you in part of your technique. So I'm going to continue getting these sliced, all right? And then when we come back, we are going to break down the apples that we used, and we're going to break down what we've done with them. We'll see in a minute. How yummy does that look? That is our baked apple. Now we like to call it a baked apple crisp, literally, right? So we talked a little bit about the previous segment of how we cut our apples, right? So we don't cut this way. And most people don't even cut an apple for a baked apple. They kind of core it out all the way, and so then you stuff that tiny little hole with goodness, and it leaks out the bottom. You have some fun syrup at the bottom, but I want that in my own apple. I'm pretty stingy when it comes to my apple crisp topping, let me tell you. I always make double on an apple crisp because I love that topping. So we're actually gonna do that for you today. So that's what you're looking at here. We have some ice cream, some caramel, and it's getting all saucy. So real quick, this is gonna make 4. So, which means 2 apples, okay? So simple, brown sugar. All of the recipes, you guys, are always on our website. We've got oats, we've got all-purpose flour, www.grace2graze.com. Our video and our recipes are all on there. So check it out. We have some cinnamon, because there's no cinnamon in the apple, so we want to make sure we've got some cinnamon. And then we've got butter, right? Butter. And then I will tell you, there's a little pinch of salt in with the all-purpose flour. So now, use the tools God gave you. All right, we've got this butter is softened, not melted, and you could do melt, but I like the little chunks of butter that I'm mixing up with all of this yummy dryness, okay? So I am mixing this up. You can see how it's slowly, I'm not like mashing it, I'm just kind of tossing it. See how we've got this? So you've got a little bit of oat, a little bit of flour to help bind, all right? Oh my gosh, it smells so good. 'Tis the season for cinnamon and apples, right? All right, so super simple. If you guys are having breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, snack for the kiddos in the afternoon, I'm just saying, baked apples are good anytime. So all I'm gonna do, you guys, is I'm just putting this in here. All right, you should have enough for 4. I wrote this recipe specifically for this. Steal from some from the other one. Or not. Depends, like make sure you get the one you want, right? All right, so now here's the cool part. This is like a little shelf, if you will, right? So you can actually kind of have a little more filling than you would in a typical baked apple. All right, look at that. Are you kidding me already? Oh, I'm dreaming. All right, so we've done that. So that seems to be like, okay, easy, easy. But now here's the other thing. I have granulated sugar, and I am actually going to sprinkle this on the outside rim. That's gonna help keep it sweet. It's gonna also help flavor so it won't dry out. It's just, it's not a ton. So if you wanna go over the top, you certainly can. It'll all crisp it up, all right? So that's our granulated sugar. I know, my hands, girls and guys. All right, lastly, water. So here's the thing, is you do want to make sure there is some water in the bottom because you're going to bake this at 375 for about 22 minutes. You want it to be just so the apple is nice and soft. And because we're using the Honey Crisp, that apple almost melts in your mouth. It's amazing. The skin is to die for. So I am just gonna pour this in. And you just want to see, you're not looking to make a sauce out of it, but because it's in there, it's going to evaporate. And so by the time you get done, you shouldn't have a lot of water in there. So I am going to get these in the oven, and when we come back, we are going to go to the next segment. We'll see you in a minute. Today is all about the apple. So we love apples. And they're highly underrated. If you Google apple, you see a plethora of apple pies, apple crisp, apple cake, apple pancakes, apple muffins. But some of the things we're showing you today, we're hoping you have never seen, and that you'll trust us and you'll give us a try. Whether you have a couple apples left in the crisper that you're like, oh, what am I gonna do with these? We're hoping that we can help you make sure that you're not throwing them away, that you're having less food waste every time you watch a video. And so this is a crispin. If you've never heard of it, it's crispy, it's sort of sweet. It's a great pickling apple. So I want to show you, first of all, what we have done with it. So here, look at these amazing pulled pork tacos, and we have added pickled apple, and then we also have a pickled apple slaw. So how fun. We want to show you, you could throw the pickled apples into your slaw for tacos. This would be great on a burger. This would be great on the charcuterie and cheese. We got a little cheese board here, having that sweet, salty, pickly. If you love pickles of any sort, you're gonna wanna try this. You can jump up the heat if you'd like. We feel like this is a really good balance, so you do have a little bit of heat. But let me show you, it's so simple, this recipe that I created. We talked a little bit about acidulated water, and so I just wanna show you the difference. So this had no water at all. So when you're busy preparing your ingredients, mise en place, right? Everything in its place. We want to make sure that you're having the very best quality of food. And so when we put it in acidulated water, it keeps a beautiful color and keeps everything hydrated. All right, so you can see no acidulated water. You're gonna strain that and then dump that in your bowl. But let's get our brine together. So simple. Again, all the recipes are available on our website at grace2graze.com, along with the videos. So I hope that you'll enjoy this. Super simple. So we have apple cider. Why would we not have apple cider? Apple cider vinegar. So there's part of your pickling. We're using crushed red pepper. So this is a staple that we all have probably on hand, and it lasts for a long time. Because we're kind of at the end of the season of the jalapenos and some of the hot peppers, definitely 100% all day long. Use the fresh. Midwinter, if you want to do some pickling, you can do that, but use the fresh that you have. We're just using the crushed red pepper because we can. We also have lime juice. Lime goes really well with apple. I feel like it goes a little bit better than lemon for this application. Salt, which is going to be part of your curing agent. And then the sweetness, you could certainly use sugar. However, I love to use our chipotle honey. Love that. So in it goes. I'm just going to stir everything together. All right, this is so easy. And then we have 4 cups of our crispin apple, which stays crispy. That's what I love about it too. And I have them right here. And now, you guys, I'm just gonna toss these together. And that's it. That's it. So here's the cool thing. This is not something you have to cook on the stove. Did you just see me do that? We're done. Let's eat, right? So, if you'd like to use this for an event or a party, or you want to add to your coleslaw or your burgers, anywhere you add pickling to it, if you like to make banh mi's, if you guys are familiar with banh mi's, so that is going to be a great application for this as well. Fish tacos, amazing. So this really is an amazing pickling agent. So you'll just let it set for an hour. I like to cover it just to keep the air away from it, and then it's ready. However, this is also possible. So we've already made this a couple days ago, threw all the juices in with it, and we eat this like it's crazy. Can you imagine, on a grilled cheese sandwich, grilled cheese and apple? Oh my goodness, my brain is on fire right now. I'm thinking of so many ideas, and I'm dying to hear what you come up with. So make sure you tag us, would you? Hashtag Grace2Graze when you're making this, and show me what you're doing with it. So our pickling. So that is our pickling. We diced, we acidulated water, and then we pickled. So we come back, we'll show you what's next. Stick around. Hey guys. Hey. So look at this deliciousness. Look at this cutie pie. Look at the cutie pie. It's gonna tip over, but I don't care. So I'm taking a bite. And you're gonna say, so what does that have to do with apples? Oh my gosh. Well, let me tell you. That is so moist. So here's the cool thing. We want to talk to you about sauced. So the sauce part of apples is applesauce, right? So whether you make it from scratch or you're needing to buy it from the store or it's gifted to you even through a food pantry, applesauce takes the place of eggs and or oil. So what I love about that, whether you are an avid baker and you've got all the flours and the sugars, right, and you know how to do that, that's great. You'll know how to substitute that. But not everybody's a baker. So we have those baking mixes that help us along, right? So today I took a chocolate cake mix, a Devil's Food cake mix, and I added applesauce to my cake. No oil. Instead of 3 eggs, I only put 2 eggs in. And it is so tender and moist. I'm like, okay, I'll let you peek. Look at that. So I was even able to cut it into 3 layers, all right? So here's the fun part, and it's tiny because I was able to make 3 6-inch rounds. But in the next segment, we'll have a list of amazing different things that you can do with applesauce that can help you health-wise. You know, eggs, we always like to have eggs on hand because whether maybe we don't do a lot of baking, but we know that eggs we can eat anytime with anything. Where oil is, you know, there's a lot of fat in oil, and depending on what kind of oil you use, and if you have $5, and you have to choose whether you pick eggs or oil, you're probably gonna pick eggs. And so we want to come alongside you, showing you some other alternatives. I also will tell you that the buttercream that is on here is vegan. I wrote this recipe, and I will also include that in the recipe for the chocolate cake and the substitutions and what we did. Also, another little quick tip for you. When you are baking chocolate cake, I love to add a little bit of instant espresso and a little bit of cinnamon. It brings out the chocolate notes and it tastes like it's from scratch, all right? So a little tip for you. So as far as our sauced part of our apples today, we couldn't think of anything better than chocolate, and who knew, right? It's decadent. Just decadent. So have fun with this. On behalf of Healthy Promo Queen, we'd love to thank her for sponsoring the video. We love when other businesses love what Grace to Grace stands for and what we're all about in educating in food securities. And so thank you, Promo Queen, for blessing us with another sponsored video. And you'll be able to find all of this goodness on our website, www.grace2graze.com. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to direct message us or drop us a line on our email as well. And so for that, this is a wrap. And go out and get you some apples and get you some bacon and pickling and slicing and dicing. We'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.